can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great. Can you see me?
Yes, I can see you.
Nice. So, how are you today, Andy?
It seemed to be full.
You mean same as usual?
Yes.
Okay, great. Did you have dinner already?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so what did you have for dinner, Andy?
Beef.
Oh, nice. Beef. Okay, so what is the weather today in your place, Andy?
It's cloudy.
Oh, same here in my place. Great. So now, Andy, do you have your book with you?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so please open your book on the same page as yesterday. I think that is, I forgot the page. Hold on. Let me see. That is in page 44.
44.
Yeah.
Okay, I open it.
Okay. So now, oh, so we will continue with task 6. Kindly look at the book on the screen. Can you see it?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, great. So in here, Andy, you're going to listen to 4 people describing their homes. So yesterday, we already started with number 1. But for this time, we're gonna redo number 1. And let's see if you can still remember the answers. Okay, so in here, you're going to match sentences A, B, C, D, E to speakers 1 to 4. So please take note that there is one extra sentence. That means that there is one sentence that doesn't have any match.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so here it is.
Lesson 4A. Exercises 9, 10 and 11. 1.
I live in quite an unusual home. It's a houseboat on the River Thames. My mum and dad are quite arty and alternative, and they decided a few years ago to sell their house in Oxford and buy a houseboat. A houseboat is also so much cheaper than a house. They managed to get one for £20,000, which is amazingly cheap. Mind you, it was in a pretty poor state and needed some work doing on it, but they managed to do that fairly cheaply too. When I tell people I live on a houseboat, they usually think it's far away, in the middle of the countryside. But in fact, the boat is parked on the canal in Oxford. Unfortunately, there aren't any spaces for boats near the centre, but we're still in the city.
2.
Okay, so now, which letter can you match with speaker 1?
I think it's I think it's not cost very much.
That's right. It did not cost very much. Okay, so now let's proceed with speaker number 2. Oh, let me write it in here. 1. Then speaker number 2.
I live in a block of flats on the outskirts of Prague. The flat is quite spacious and has got 3 bedrooms, a dining room, living room, bathroom, and toilet. What I like best about it is the balcony. You reach it through some glass sliding doors from the living room. We're on the 8th floor, so we can see right across the city, which is fantastic. The block has a garden that we share with all the other residents, but it would be nice to have a garden of our own. Unfortunately, my parents don't earn much money, so we can't afford to move anywhere better.
Were you able to listen to speaker number 2?
Teacher, could I listen it again?
Yeah, sure. Here it is.
Unfortunately, there aren't any space. We're still in the city.
2.
I live in a block of flats on the outskirts of Prague. The flat is quite spacious and has got 3 bedrooms, a dining room, living room, bathroom, and toilet. What I like best about it is the balcony. You reach it through some glass sliding doors from the living room. We're on the 8th floor, so we can see right across the city, which is fantastic. The block has a garden that we share with all the other residents, but it would be nice to have a garden of our own. Unfortunately, my parents don't earn much money, so we can't afford to move anywhere better.
Yes. So, which letter can you match with speaker number 2?
I think it's not. It has got wonderful views.
Okay, has got wonderful views. Views. Okay, so now let's take a look with speaker number 3.
3.
We lived in Florence for many years in a flat, but we recently moved to the country. The flat was quite cramped compared to our new house, which is an old farmhouse. There aren't many people living nearby. Our nearest neighbour is a 5-minute walk away, and it's a couple of kilometres to the nearest town. Although the countryside round here is lovely, the views aren't great from the house, as it's surrounded by trees. But it's a very spacious house, beautifully restored by the previous owners, so it wasn't cheap. It has 6 bedrooms, so I don't have to share with my sister anymore. All in all, it's not a bad place to live, but I miss the excitement of city life.
Do you want to listen again?
Yes, I'm ready.
Uh,
Yes, I'm got.
Oh, you got it? You don't want to listen anymore?
I think is is very diabetes. Dilapidated.
Dilapidated.
Oh, dilapidated.
Okay, so now let's listen to speaker number 4. Here it is.
4.
We live in a terraced house in Boston. We've been living here for about a month now. It's a lovely house, quite old. My parents bought it from an old lady who lived here for 40 years. During that time, she didn't really modernize it. It's in good condition, but the decor is very old-fashioned. My parents want to create a much more contemporary look and are going to spend quite a bit of money on it until they've got it how they want it. They also need to insulate the roof so we don't waste any energy. I think they're going to start in the next month or 2.
Okay, so which letter is for speaker number 4?
I think it's A. It's not modern as the owner would like.
Town.
Very good.
Although the
Okay, so that is letter A. So
countryside round
now
here is
let's check the answers. So we have here is not as modern as the owners would like. Did not cost very much. Very good. And this one is not included. Okay. And letter D is 2. Great. And lastly, we have here 3. So wow, great, Andy, because you got an almost perfect score. That's 3 out of 4. So any questions about this listening task?
Sorry.
Any questions about this listening task?
Yes.
What's your
What does mean dilapidates?
dilapidated? That
Yes.
means that it's very old.
Very okay.
Yes, that's the meaning of dilapidated. Let's just say that this apartment is dilapidated. That means it's not modern and it's very old. It had seen better days. When we say it had seen better days, that means it is used for a long time.
Okay.
Yes, so any more
Oh.
questions?
No, I don't have a question.
Okay, great. So now, let's take a look with task 7, Andy. I want you to listen again to speaker 1 to 4. Then you're going to tell me the types of home that were described. Okay. And which one appeals to you most? So when we say appeals, which home attracts you most? Or which home that were described that you really like the most? And which appeals list? And the home that you did not like it so much. Then you tell me why. Do you get the instruction?
Not really.
Okay, so in here, you're going to listen to the audio. So this is the same with task 6. 4 speakers are describing about the home. Okay, and you're going to tell me what types of home were described.
Home. Oh,
Home.
speaker one is says the place is a little far
Okay.
and yeah, and it's not close to the city.
Okay. So in here, Andy, when we say types of home, it could be an apartment. What else? A houseboat. What else? A bungalow style. Yes. So in here, I'm going to give you a chance to listen again to each of the speakers. Then please take note of your answer. You can also write on your book. Okay, here it is.
Lesson 4A. Exercises 9, 10 and 11. 1.
I live in quite an unusual home. It's a houseboat on the River Thames. My mum and dad are quite arty and alternative, and they decided a few years ago to sell their house in Oxford and buy a houseboat. A houseboat is also so much cheaper than a house.
Mm.
They managed to get one for £20,000, which is amazingly cheap. Mind you, it was in a pretty poor state and needed some work doing on it, but they managed to do that fairly cheaply too. When I tell people I live on a houseboat, they usually think it's far away, in the middle of the countryside. But in fact, the boat is parked on the canal in Oxford. Unfortunately, there aren't any spaces for boats near the centre, but we're still in the city.
Okay, so for speaker 1, what type of house did she describe?
A houseboat.
Very good. Okay, so now let's listen to speaker number 2.
2.
I live in a block of flats on the outskirts of Prague. The flat is quite spacious and has got 3 bedrooms, a dining room, living room, bathroom and toilet. What I like best about it is the balcony. You reach it through some glass sliding doors from the living room. We're on the 8th floor, so we can see right across the city, which is fantastic. The block has a garden that we share with all the other residents, but it would be nice to have a garden of our own. Unfortunately, my parents don't earn much money, so we can't afford to move anywhere better.
Okay, so which type of home did he describe?
Tiru, could I listen it again?
Yeah, sure, here it is. I'm gonna give you a clue. From the very start, when he started talking, then you can hear the type of the home. Here it is. Oh no.
Fortunately, there aren't any
I live in a block of flats on the outskirts of Prague. The flat is quite spacious and has got 3 bedrooms, a dining room, living room, bathroom and toilet. What I like best about it is the balcony. You reach it through some glass sliding doors from the living room. We're on the 8th floor, so we can see right across the city, which is fantastic. The block has a garden that we share with all the other residents, but it would be nice to have a garden of our own. Unfortunately, my parents don't earn much money, so we can't afford to move anywhere better.
Okay.
3.
So which type of home did he describe?
It's a flat.
That's right, flat. Do you know a flat, Andy?
Yes.
Okay, great. So now let's listen to speaker number 3.
We lived in Florence for many years in a flat, but we recently moved to the country. The flat was quite cramped compared to our new house, which is an old farmhouse. There aren't many people living nearby. Our nearest neighbour is a 5-minute walk away, and it's a couple of kilometres to the nearest town. Although the countryside round here is lovely, the views aren't great from the house, as it's surrounded by trees. But it's a very spacious house, beautifully restored by the previous owners, so it wasn't cheap. It has 6 bedrooms, so I don't have to share with my sister anymore. All in all, it's not a bad place to live, but I miss the excitement of city life.
Okay.
4.
So which type of home was described in that one?
Uh, is this a ball house?
Ball house?
Yes.
Okay, so let me check. It is an old farmhouse.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'll listen to speaker 4.
We live in a terraced house in Boston. We've been living here for about a month now. It's a lovely house, quite old. My parents bought it from an old lady who lived here for 40 years. During that time, she didn't really modernize it. It's in good condition, but the decor is very old-fashioned. My parents want to create a much more contemporary look and are going to spend quite a bit of money on it until they've got it how they want it. They also need to insulate the roof so we don't waste any energy. I think they're going to start in the next month or 2.
Okay,
Oh.
so which type of home was described?
Jill, could I listen it again?
Yeah, sure. Here it is.
Lesson 4A.
Oh,
In Boston. We've been living here for about a month now.
To live, but I miss
4.
We live in a terraced house in Boston. We've been living here for about a month now. It's a lovely house, quite old. My parents bought it from an old lady who lived here for 40 years. During that time, she didn't really modernize it. It's in good condition, but the decor is very old-fashioned. My parents want to create a much more contemporary look and are going to spend quite a bit of money on it until they've got it how they want it. They also need to insulate the roof so we don't waste any energy. I think they're going to start in the next month or 2.
okay. So which type of house?
Is it a temporary?
You mean contemporary house?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so that is the description of the house. So in here, I will consider it correct, Andy, because a terrace house is also a contemporary house. So maybe you will ask, what is a terrace house? This is how a terrace house look like. It's very modern and nice.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So now, Andy, there are 4 types of houses in here: a houseboat, a block of flats, an old farmhouse, and a terrace house. So which type of house appeals to you the most?
Uh, I think it's terraced house.
Terrace house.
Oh,
Very good.
terrace.
Can you please tell me why?
Because terraced house is very big. It's very big and it's more clean. Like old farmhouse that is a lot of animal and it uh is very uh is is far. Yes, the
Mm.
farmhouse is very far.
Okay, great. So thank you for that reason, Andy. So now, which type of house appeals to you the least?
Uh, the least.
Yes.
Uh, Zero, what is mean least?
Okay, when we say the least, it's like the type of house that you don't like,
Oh,
uh or the type of house that you are not attracted with, or you don't like living there. That's what that is the meaning of the question, which appeals least.
I don't like the houseboat.
Okay, great. Can you please tell me why, Andy?
Because the houseboat are so small.
Okay, so thank you for your answers, Andy. Actually, Andy, houseboat depends to how big the boat is. Yes, but me neither wouldn't like to live in a houseboat because it's very dangerous. What if there is a flood? Yes, so yeah, it's very prone to danger. So the house that I like in here is same with you, a terrace house, because this is beautiful and modern. Okay, so now, Andy, let's take a look with this. We're going to learn some, any, much, and many. Okay, so let's take a look with some first. So we use some in affirmative sentences. If you can still remember affirmative sentences, Andy, this is the same with positive sentences. And if in affirmative sentences, you cannot see the word not. Okay, example of this one is there are some milk in the fridge. This is affirmative sentence.
Okay.
Okay, and in here we use any in negative sentences and even in asking questions. For example, is there any milk in the fridge? That is a question. Is there any milk in the fridge? So for negative sentence, we say there isn't any milk in the fridge. Why is it negative? Because of the word isn't. That means is not. Negative always has not in a sentence. That's why it's called negative. Do you get it, Andy?
Yes, I'm get it.
You can say, yes, I get it.
Oh, yes, I get it.
Okay, great. Now, next we have in here much. We use much with uncountable nouns. If you can remember, when we say uncountable nouns, these are the nouns that we cannot count with our fingers or hands.
Oh, like,
Example,
yeah, we cannot.
water,
Okay.
what else? Milk, juice, cheese, money. We cannot count money.
Oh, we cannot count them. Like, until is the paper is counting verb can count.
Yes, we can. Let me think. Paper.
Paper.
I'm not sure. I think it is considered uncount. One paper, two paper, one page. Let me double check. Hold on. Oh, okay. So paper, Andy, is uncountable.
Or
Uncountable.
uncountable.
Yes. Thank you for that question, Andy. Okay. So what other examples of uncountable nouns? We have pollution. We cannot count it.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Okay. And we use many with plural countable nouns. So this is the opposite, just like trees, apples, boys, girls. Those are plural countable nouns. Okay. So now, Andy, do you have any question about some, any, much, and many?
No, I don't have question.
Okay, so now let's take a look with the next one. So in here, I want you to tell me the correct words to complete the sentences. So for this one, you're going to read the sentence together with your answer.
Okay, it was in a pretty poor state and needed some work doing on it.
Okay, so let me see. Very good. What about this one? Unfortunately,
Unfortunately, there aren't any spaces or boats near the center.
very good. Okay, so Andy, I have a follow-up question. Why is it that the answer is any? Because
Because the spaces and boats are uncountable.
okay, because any I no no no. We use any because the sentence is negative because of the word aren't.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so what about number 2A?
Uh, you reach in though some glass sliding door from the living room.
Great, that's correct. Okay, can you please repeat this? Through.
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 Oh, uh, okay, through. Until what is mean sliding doors?
Sliding doors is just like this one, just like my door here. Like that. A door that you can just slide it when you open or close. I bet you cannot see it because it's already dark. Yeah, so I'm gonna show you a picture of a sliding door. Usually, most of the sliding door are made of glasses in the contemporary time or in the modern time. So this is a sliding door, Andy. We usually see it in the mall, in a hotel. Can you see it?
Oh, okay, I see it.
Yes, that's a sliding door. It is called sliding door because you don't have to do it like this when you open. All you have to do is just slide forward and slide backward. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. Now, how about 2B?
To be. Uh,
Yes.
Unfortunately, my parents don't earn much money,
Okay. So we
so
can't afford.
yeah, so we can't afford to move.
Very good, Andy. So I do have a question. Why is it that the answer here is much?
Oh, because money is uncountable word.
Very good. And it is also, yes, that's right. It is uncountable. So now what about number 3?
There aren't much people living nearby.
Okay, great. So now, Andy, thank you for your answer. I think the answer in here is many. Why? We use many for countable plural. I countable plural noun. People, we can count people. For example, how many people are there in your house? There are 5 people in my house tonight. Okay, person is only one. When we say people, that is plural, many. Okay, so
Oh,
we use much for uncountable noun. We use many for plural countable noun. Okay,
okay.
Andy.
Okay.
So now, what about number 4? They also need to insulate the roof so we don't waste blank energy.
Uh, they also need to insulate the roof so we don't waste some energy. Yeah, it's some energy.
Some energy. Okay, so this one is
Any. I
any.
think it's any. Yes, energy is
Yes,
some
any.
amount.
Okay, so can you please tell me why the answer is any?
Because energy we can count it.
Okay, we use any because of the word don't, because this is a negative sentence.
Okay.
Okay, so great, Andy, because you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 out of 6. Wow, an almost perfect score. Do you have any questions about this?
Yes.
Okay, what is your question, Andy?
What is mean the roof?
Roof.
Yes.
Okay, so when we say roof, that is how can I describe this? When you look outside to your house, then you can see the roof. It's like that's what we put so that the rain will not fall or the rain will not get in our house. So when you look up, you can see the ceiling, but above the ceiling, that's the roof.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so here are examples of roof or pictures of roof, just like this one, Andy. So kindly look at the orange part of the house. That's what we call roof, the highest part of the house.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's the roof. Okay, so now, Andy, what about in your house? Do you have a roof?
Uh, did I have a roof?
Yes, in your house, do you have a roof or it's just a wall because you live in an apartment?
Oh, we have.
Oh, great. Nice. Because some, especially when you live in a flat, block of flats, then when you look up, you can see the roof. Yes, but when you go on the rooftop, then that's the time that you can see, oh, there's a roof in here. That's why it's called rooftop. Okay. So, any more questions, Andy?
No.
Okay, now let's take a look with task 9. So in here, Andy, this is a practice for speaking test. A practice test for speaking, not really a test. So in
Oh,
here, please describe your home and you can use the phrases below to help you.
okay. My home is not big, but it's in the city central. We can do anything convenient. Yeah, we can do anything convenient. So that I do anything that is
Mm,
convenient. In our subdivision, no. My house is not big.
mhm,
And my house is not big, but very cozy.
great.
Uh, and I think that's all.
Okay, great and great, Andy. It's good because you really describe your house, where your house is located in the town center. It's not so big, but You can do anything there conveniently. So in here, Andy, I heard you saying we can do anything convenient. Okay, so when we say we can do anything convenient, then that is wrong grammar. You can say we can do anything conveniently.
Okay.
Can you please say we can do anything conveniently?
We can do anything conveniently.
Great. So, thank you for describing your house, Andy. So now let's take a look with task 10. So, please imagine that you were trying to sell the house in the photo. Okay, so this one, Andy, this is a house. Okay, you imagine that you are the estate agent. So your job is to sell this house. How would you describe it? And you can use the words below to help you.
Oh. Uh, let me think.
Okay,
This
sure.
is this is good. This is not convenient. Not it's not convenient, but it's and their insides in the inside space is small and it's very expensive. It's far to the city, but we can see it's very expensive to the electricity and it's very expensive electricity and water.
Mm,
Uh, and they don't. Uh, but this is a good look.
it has
It has a
um
good looks.
oh, okay. You mean a wonderful view.
Yes. Uh, and it's made of glass.
Yeah.
The building is very modern.
Mm,
Building on the rock, close to the ocean.
mm.
That's all.
Okay, very good because you've used some of the words in here, like modern. It has a wonderful view close to the ocean, and it's on the cliff or on the cliff of the rock. Great, and it is made of glass. Okay, so great job in describing this house, Andy. So here, Andy, I do have a question. Let's just say that you are at the point of your life where you have to find a house for your own family. Okay, are you going to consider buying this house?
No, that is so inconvenient. This is not convenient.
Exactly. Very good, Andy. Okay, so yes, I agree with you that it's not convenient to live in here because it is away from the center, away from the school, away from the neighbors. Okay, so now, have you ever seen a house like this?
Uh, no.
Okay, do you think that this house will exist in the future?
Yes, it will. Uh, and we have the and we got a lot of yeah, I see many buildings in the future. Yes, that we are that the human design.
Okay, well,
Like
great. Uh
yeah,
huh.
we can build we can build a building at the sky.
Mm. Huh? Yes, like Sky Tower.
Yeah, sky tower and very high, and very high. I don't know what to spell. This is made of the Tokyo.
Let me see.
Yeah, it's made of Tokyo, but that we designed, we didn't build this one, and it's very huge.
Oh, nice. Thank you for sharing that one, Andy, and thank you for expressing your ideas. Great. So, Andy, since it's already time, so we will just end in here and we will continue tomorrow. Okay, thank you for joining our class, Andy, and see you tomorrow, 6:20. Bye.
Okay, bye bye.
Goodbye.